The world has fallen in love with a monkey named Punch. 6 months old mecha monkey, Japanese mecha that was abandoned by his mother on birth. So that he was born July 26, 2025, and the day after his mother abandoned him. This happened at the Japanese Ichikawa City Zoo. And because poor Punch was abandoned by his mother, the daily caregivers, the zookeepers, gave him an IKEA orangutan plushie as his surrogate mother, which Punch till now hasn't let go of. So after the caregivers took care of Punch for 6 months, he was released back to the troop. And my first visual interaction with Punch, by the way, the whole world is in love with him now, was this viral clip where I saw this little baby monkey approaching two adult macaques sticking together, with the adult macaque in front keep pushing Punch away. Being rejected, Punch returned sadly to his plushie, hugging it for comfort. And there were alleged rumors by then, that my first time, being introduced to the Punch lore, the Punch saga, that adult macaque was allegedly Punch's mother. But now, there's no way to verify it, and there isn't much information from the zoo sites either. But all we knew was he was born in Ichikawa City Zoo. The enclosure is his mother. Once again, the whole world has fallen in love with Punch because as he is struggling to integrate himself back into the troop, he is still carrying and relying much on his IKEA plushie for comfort, which is his surrogate mother's. In some videos, you can see him hugging and even grooming his mother, even holding the plushie's hand to pat himself on the head, which is really endearing and sad at the same time. I mean, at this point, who can't fall in love with him? So as more and more viral videos of Punch are being uploaded online by zoo visitors, more and more celebrities are falling in love with Punch and even claiming that they want to adopt Punch. But how dare they? Punch belongs to everybody, not them. And even Lisa visited Punch at the zoo with her own plushie. So the next viral moment happened when an adult female macaque was seen dragging and punching Punch even in a circle before throwing him, and Punch ran away for cover with his plushie again. And another instance, you can see Punch being chased around in the enclosure before he finally seeks comfort with his surrogate mother plushie once again. By the way, this IKEA plushie, allegedly resellers claim that it was so popular that it has sold out at IKEA, so they are reselling for high prices, which, by the way, is not true. This plushie is readily available at all IKEA outlets, I believe. So as Punch struggles to integrate himself while still relying much on his plushie, the other older monkeys then started targeting his plushie. So now Punch has to learn to defend not just himself but also his surrogate mother plushie now, as you can see from some of the videos. But things did improve as with time integrating in the enclosure, there are some heartwarming moments where older macaques can be seen sometimes hugging Punch, sometimes even grooming Punch. And allegedly, some people even claim that there was one female older macaque that is grooming Punch more than the others, and they claim that macaque is his auntie, his aunt, his mother's sister. So on February 20th, 2025, Ichikawa Zoo actually released a statement to explain the really viral incident of, Punch getting dragged around in a circle and then flung away by this adult macaque, claiming that what happened was Punch approached a baby monkey who avoided him, so the mother scolded and dragged Punch, expressing "don't be mean," which Punch later, understood the message, don't disturb this mother's baby, so he ran back to his plushie. And now, the man of the hour also punched surrogate father, zookeeper Kozuke Shikano, okay? So basically during feeding times, 1 to 2 or maybe 3 zookeepers would come in to feed the monkeys, the macaque, but as you can see, Punch would always wait in anticipation for one particular zookeeper, and he'll hop and cling on at zookeeper during the whole feeding hours. Sometimes during raining times, Punch can be seen clinging on to the door, and Shikano sometimes would even open the door and let Punch into the room. As you know, Shikano Meccano has been taking care of Punch since birth. So, as you can see, this bonding is out of this world. So on February 27, 2026, Ichikawa Zoo released a new statement claiming the main goal was a full return to the troupe for Punch. So there shouldn't be much hand-holding by the zoo because he needs to learn the social rules by himself. And they also reference a previous successful hand-reared macaque named Otome in 2008 that also went viral during that time. The zoo stated that they are confident that Punch can grow into a healthy member of the troupe just as Otome did. Otome grew old to be a grandmother at don't know how many age right now in the zoo, and I believe Otome is still alive, right? And now for all the viral incidents that has been happening to Punch in the last 1 or 2 weeks. Exhibit A, Punch fell because he was suddenly approached and touched by another monkey and he ran away screaming. He just has to learn to, get along with others slowly. Next up, Punch can be seen clinging to his surrogate father, the zookeeper, before suddenly running to retrieve his plush toy while screaming again. Seems that Punch loves screaming so much that he disturbed other monkeys during feeding, leading to a minor altercation before his dear surrogate father keeper rescued him again. Now in another incident, Punch was seen physically disturbed by a different monkey this time and thrown into the water. And the person that threw Punch into the water fled after zoo visitors screamed at the provocating macaque, followed by this soaking wet Punch now running away, but later seen being hugged and groomed by 2 other monkeys. So slowly but surely, Punch is slowly integrating back to the troupe. And as you can see, Punch is slowly growing older. He's learning to defend for himself, and sometimes he can be seen defending his plushie or even other macaques being disturbed. And then, supporters of Punch notice that, how come it seems that there is one specific macaque that seems to be a member of an alpha group, an alpha monkey, that is always disturbing Punch, so much so that they are calling for justice for Punch, protect Punch from this so-called macaque known as Akira, because in several videos, Akira seems to be the one provocating Punch. So many Punch supporters are criticizing Akira as being a bit not nice. However, people then notice that it's always Punch that approaches Akira first before the altercations happen. So people are believing that maybe Punch is seeking protection from Akira, but Akira is maybe thinking like dude, don't bother me, something like that. And finally, back to the topic of Punch's mother. Once again, he was given birth in that zoo, so his mother should be in that enclosure, but the zoo didn't give full disclosure on who exactly is Punch's mother. But there are videos showing Punch playing with 2 different monkeys, claims circulating they are his mother. So anyway, that is it for the adventures of Punch growing up, trying to get integrated back into the troupe. The whole world loves you, endears you, and is supporting you, Punch. Grow up quick, but don't ever forget your plushie. There's no shame for an adult macaque to be seen hugging his plushie, even when you are a grandfather, Punch. Fang will be deported from Singapore and banned from re-entering the country. The action follows his conviction for inappropriate actions involving a minor. As we know, we covered the story before. The victim was a 15-year-old student, identity protected by a court-imposed gag order, and Fang is 35 years old, originally from Shanghai, China. He had Singapore PR.